no questions, and I don't want you to say anything out loud. Okay? So close your eyes. Nothing out loud. Think of the person. Think of the person's name. Good. Is your person a man? Is your person a man? You won't be able to see this from where you're sitting, but a little flickering in the eyelashes just occurred. Tension in the mouth, and down here, same thing, tension. And tension is a sign of someone trying to hold something and someone's saying no. Because when they say yes, they tend to feel they're relaxing off the hook. So I'm going to say, you're thinking of a man? Yes or no, Tom, out loud?
Yes.
Yes! Okay. Now, if you are a man and you did take part in this, can you please stand up? If you had your picture, please stand up. Good. I'm going to sweep my arm across. And when I do, when I get to you, can you call out your name nice and loud? So starting over here.
Chris.
Tommy.
Travis.
Thomas. Rich.
Okay. Tom, in your head, if you had to, could you beat this person in a fight? I'll ask all the people, actually, can you think, yes or no, does this person, starting of their name, the first letter of the name, is it late in the alphabet? Yes or no in your head? I'll ask all the men with names starting with above R. Sit down, please. If you're R through ST, stand up. That makes sense. Yep. If your name is later than R, please sit down. I mean, stand up.
Earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Low arm, sit down.
Low R, sit down.
Low or sit
No, you
No,
got
right,
to up.
that's
Are you
down. If you're above.
Okay. This is fine. Okay, Tom. I want you to imagine this person standing in front of you about a few feet, but completely nude. Oh. Rich, sit down. And Thomas. And you, sir, please sit down too. And you know what? Tommy, sit down. Now this should leave one person standing. Tom, if you could back up for me, back to the stage. You come over here. And I want you to open your eyes and write the person's name nice and large in big letters. One person is in a minute, sir. I will ask you to call out your name. That was quite a short name. Sir, what is your name? Ryan. Rich, we're going back to you. Open it up. Look at the third favorite thing. Get it in the back of your mind. Exactly as last time, we'll try and do this one in just 3 random words. You got it in the back of your mind?
Yes.
First random word, please.
Cool.
Cool? Second random word. Go. Yep, whenever you're ready. Sun. Sun. Twisted, you really are. Rich, don't even look at me. I'm starting to get a little sick in the back of the throat. Cool. Sun. Third random word.
Fun.
Fun. Having fun. Pool, sun, fun. Nice rhyme. These are good words, Rich. I'll tell you what, I'll get back to this. I might need a 4th word, I'll get back to it. Can I have a chair out here? This is something mysterious, something covered in a cloth, if you like. One of the reasons I call this show Oddity, not the main reason, I'll get to that later, but one of the reasons is I love mysteries, I love oddities. And although I am skeptical of mediums in the afterlife, I love the mystery of it. And if I could, I would like to try this tonight with a lady who has lost a grandmother when they were young, or a grandfather that they are close to, and they lost when they were young. So if you could raise your hand, if that has happened to you, you lost a grandparent that you were close to. No one likes their grandparents?
I'm not a girl. Houston.
Well,
Houston.
I know. Okay. We'll use, okay. I won't throw the frisbee, we'll just use you. Can you stand up, please? What's your name?
Kirsten.
Kirsten. And is it your grandmother or grandfather you're thinking of?
My grandma.
Your grandma. And what was her name?
Well, they both died, but,
What was the one you were closest to?
Hilda?
What?
Hilda.
Hilda? Hilda. Kirsten, I'll ask you to sit down. I might call you up in a minute. I might ask you to sit down. I'm going to tell you a story. A true story. A true story. That happened 2.5 years after my grandfather had died. In the guest room of his house, he kept this big box, this big chest. And I always wondered what he kept inside that chest. But whenever I asked him, he would change. He would do this thing where he would go from this open, lovely person to suddenly this very serious, very cold person. His face would change. He would look at me and say, "Michael, you never, ever look inside that box." Which, of course, made it so much worse. And for 10, 15 years, I never looked inside that box. And I think, Kirsten, I will use you. If you could come up, please, Kirsten. If you could sit down, please. And take a mic, yeah. Is your grandfather still around? Yep. So you never had to do that thing where you went to their empty house and had to pick up belongings? No. If you had to do this, it's a horrible thing to have to do. But when my dad did it, I told him I only wanted one thing. The chest my grandfather kept in his guest room. So when my dad flew down to Florida, he went in the house, he went right to the guest room. He picked up the chest and brought it home. He didn't open it there, he didn't want to show everyone because he knew it was meant for me. And I sat in my room, the room I grew up in, and after 10, 15 years, I finally found out what he kept inside the box. Kirsten, I would like you to open the box. In fact, in this point, I thought, do I really want to open it? This could be some strange habit he had, or some family mystery I didn't want to figure out. But my curiosity got the better of me. Into the microphone, what is it?
Another box.
Another box. You can take it out. A little too heavy for me. You can sit back down. This quite surprised me. Kept another box inside this box. But Kirsten, what surprised me even more was what he kept inside this one. And into the microphone, could you describe what you see?
It's a glass bowl with a ball of yarn.
Basically what it is, if you could reach in and pick it up. Yeah, very careful, it's quite old. Now this quite disappointed me. 10, 15 years of wondering, mystery, and that's what he kept inside the box. But looking at this image, that was such a sense of mystery to me growing up. I realized something, that I got my love for passing down mysteries from him, from my grandfather. And no matter what your religious or spiritual beliefs are, this is how we live on. We create a living memory, a memory that connects us with people we haven't even met. Because if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for my grandfather, I wouldn't be standing here, and you wouldn't be sat there watching. And Kirsten, you wouldn't be thinking of Hilda. But then I started to wonder, and I could pick up the glass and bring it forward. And if I could ask you, man, if you could just grab the string, give it a little tug. So pull it back to your seat, and you can sit back down. And keep your hands so it doesn't fall over. And if you could, ma'am, keep pulling and also pass it back, connecting you with the person behind yourself. And if you could, sir, pass it back to the next person, but also keep pulling.
Gotta keep up back
What do you see? A box. If you could take the box out and take the rubber bands off, but keep it closed and put the rubber bands right here. I'm going to tell you what he put in that box. Inside that box, which I presume had been wrapped up 10, 15 years, was a medallion, a wooden medallion. And on it, my grandfather had burned in 7 words. And those 7 words were, Michael, I told you not to look. It is the most precious thing I own. I don't take it anywhere. He took the time to burn in each word, each letter. I didn't take it here tonight, Kirsten, because I was afraid I'm going to lose it. But I did put in a wooden medallion for you. And on yours, it has 5 words. And if you could, open it up, read it to yourself a few times to make sure what it says. Into the microphone, please.
In loving memory of Hilda.
Hilda.